Okay, welcome to part two. So before we were discussing how to hold the instrument. Yep, if you could bring it up just like you were doing before, we were doing a great job. We had a few things in the checkpoint, right? We had a 90-degree angle on the arm, we had a straight wrist, and fingers were curled and wrapped around the neck, right? And it looks pretty good, and you're holding the instrument up. Very good. So, all right, so then now that we checked that, we could put down the instrument for a second. You can hold it like that, right? If you want to hold it in just your left hand. Great, because now we're going to take the bow. So let's grab the bow. Okay, and so probably one of the more awkward things in string playing is how to hold a proper bow. But so how we're going to approach this is we're going to take the bow, and the first thing you want to do is you want to place so all these fingers are serving a weight, right? It weights down the bow from it tipping over like that, right? That's what our fingers do. So the few things you want to keep in mind is that let's take our hand and we kind of like want to wrap it, just like we did with the neck. So with the bow in the right hand, we want to wrap our fingers. See how my middle two fingers will go over the bow here. See, that's where this is called the frog, right? Mm-hmm. And the two fingers will curl and wrap over. See how it kind of like just drapes over? Mm-hmm. Good. And then, so now the index finger is kind of more of a leading finger, right? So you want to place it right here. So not too far, but you want to place it right around here. If you can, just fix the camera angle. Yep. Great. Cool. You know what? Yeah, if you want to put the instrument down for a second, Okay, cool. Right? So good. So make sure that what you don't want, I saw already, is you don't want the middle two fingers far apart from each other. They want to be right next to each other, comfortable, tucked in like that. Good. All right, and the index finger, good, is kind of curled and right there. So the pinky is the one difference. This is not so comfortable to get used to at first, but it supports a lot of the weight. We're going to curl it and place it on top, okay? Okay, and now violinists, violists, and cellists all do this, right? That's the French bow grip, okay? So let's put up the instrument, okay? Okay, not bad, and the fingers seem to be in place. So what the only issue I'm seeing here is that, so your middle two fingers, right, are far apart, and so like I said, we want to drape it over. Let's take our thumb, and we're going to place our thumb under the frog. Let's try doing that. Great. And then, see, it's not, I'm holding the bow like this, see how my hand is up, we're letting it fall over, right? Good. Let's see. So let's hold the instrument up. Good. See, that's a little bit better. See how the wrist and the hand is straight. That's what you want, right? And see how the fingers, they're close together. I'm sorry if this is a little tense. You know, you got to just relax and have the finger. So normally the thumb will be tucked under the frog. Yeah. But for now, just to get the shape of it, we're going to place it under there, right? And we're going to drape the fingers over, okay? All right, doesn't look horrible. Looks pretty good. So, and then let's keep in mind, so if we bring it to the instrument, so let's have our elbow up. That's going to really keep things perpendicular. Great, so we have a pretty good setup. What's really going to help your sound and how you hold the bow is that, so we see the wood of the bow, right? Mm-hmm. And we always want it tilted away from the bridge. We're going to want it that way. Good. And the more you have so you see how your wrist is bending a little bit? If you raise your elbow up a little bit, see, now it's perpendicular. Does that feel a little bit more comfortable? Yeah. Good. See, so I know this is all very uncomfortable and new to you and whatnot, but it seems like you have the idea of these are the things you want to check for. The left hand, it looks good, and the right hand, see how everything is nice and straight lines, you know, nice perpendicular to each other, okay? So these are the things you want to check for. The 90-degree angle, the hand wrapped around, see how your shoulder and your forearm's kind of making that square, right? And your bow hand looks a lot better, right? The fingers are draped over, and it's, you know, you're holding the instrument rather than kind of like grasping it like that, right? You're just letting the weight do that. Great. So I'm going to demonstrate a quick exercise on the wall before we do an open D scale. Let's move this over here. Okay.